Hi guys, welcome again to Fapo Session with me, Doc Kumalo. And don't forget to subscribe. As usual, I'm joined by Eddie Majens Mutaris.
I'm not. I'm together, Mama.
Ari Marich.
So, you know. Yeah, call friends, you know, but yeah.
Call friends.
Try to keep warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and healthy.
And healthy.
Yeah.
So, our viewers can be healthy.
But healthy and they must subscribe healthy.
Must subscribe healthy.
Yeah.
Dear,
Nice, Doc. Surviving. You know, when Eddie talks about being healthy,
yes.
I almost died the other day.
Oh,
I had this acid thing.
acid.
Yeah.
Oh.
The whole night I was just walking around, training like you used to. I'm just
But
glad to
you
be
are
here.
100% okay now. Good to have you back. So,
Doc,
uthini put?
angimnandi Doc.
No, I like your article. Wow, I know. Thanks for educating us.
Ngiyabonga
No,
Doc.
thank you. We have to recommend, also praise. Let's praise your corner. No, that was a good article. Uzositshela ngayo. You know, when we look at the log, we do have teams that have fought to be in the top 8. So this is where I just want us to outline and let's just deliberate on how they made it to the top 8. From number 1 to number 3. Those are the crucial sports in the league.
It's CAF. You have to, if you number 1, you're number 2, CAF Champions League.
Wow.
You mix yourself with the big boys.
Wow.
You know. And, you know, we're talking Al Ahly of Egypt. Not Al Ahly of Libya.
Okay.
Then you're mixing yourself with Wydad Casablanca, the big teams, you know. And I'm sure even if you go to Egypt, even teams that finish like your 3rd, 4th, like what pyramids, now they want to fight both Al Ahly and both Zamalek to make sure that they can have those spots.
Okay.
But failing to do so, then it means you go to the CAF Confederation Cup. That means the number 3 spot that Pirates were desperate for now is where they want to be, you know, in the CAF Confederation Cup. You can see football, we get to understand it in an African context as well, where we also know teams from outside. You know, funny enough, you know, as much as I can name the whole Pirate squad that played in that CAF Champions League final, I can also name a few players from ASEC Mimosas, you know. People who, when I was sitting there rooting for Pirates, I was worried about. And Bra Eddie will remember some of them. There was a guy called Donald Sear. When he takes a corner, he doesn't take it to Doc. He takes it to score. A corner. Hey, you know? And then there was this left-footed guy. This one was wearing number 12, Donald Sear. Then there was a guy called Abdoulaye Traore, left-footed, number 10. Doc.
Unbelievable.
You know? So those are the players that we talk about.
Wait, this Jobo Sodo.
Exactly. You remember him
He
very
was,
well.
You were big.
he's got weight, but yes.
Okay. So this is the reason why we actually trying to paint a bit of a picture for you guys out there. Well, let's go down. Then there's 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to number 8, which is Kaizer Chiefs. And I have my own reasons why. They just parted ways with Gavin Hunt. Arthur, Dylan were given the task. And they won both games. And then where were they? Number 11. Then they fought to be in the top 8. Last season, they were vying for the league. And they were disappointed when they got 2nd position. Funny enough, now people are celebrating they are in the top 8, position 8. Did you hear that?
Yeah. It was a bad year for them. Obviously, coming close to winning the league last season under Middendorp and getting rid of him because he couldn't deliver the league, they obviously hoped that the men who came in would actually lead them to the league title. But obviously, there were challenges. I mean, in terms of getting players, they were not able to get players to beef up their squad to challenge it because of the ban, the transfer ban.
So the FIFA transfer ban.
Yes.
So they couldn't sign players.
Yes.
Okay.
So it became obviously a bit tricky for the new coach to deliver the league title. And to a point, I think the last time we sat here, I was actually saying Kaizer Chiefs could actually go to the playoffs.
Yes, I remember. That's what you said. Yeah.
There's no justification for where Chiefs were. I mean, big a team as they are, a team that finished second last season. Now, Arthur comes in, 2 games left, and he wins these 2 games. And they sneak into the top 8. Ooh. And they're able to play in the top 8 next season. So because during the season, they were so bad, the standard dropped and the expectation dropped. The reality of going to the playoffs, was staring in the faces of Kaizer Chiefs supporters.
Okay, yeah.
So finishing 8th became a big thing for them.
Wow.
Because, I mean, imagine going to playoffs, a team like Kaizer Chiefs. I mean,
not.
it's embarrassing.
Just off the record, one can just ask, what was the secret for them to win the 2 games?
Yeah, you see.
Because they were with the coach
with the coach who couldn't win.
Who couldn't win.
Oh, by the way, and good point, Eddie. Yeah. I saw Mayama scoring a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Kuna lang bengithi change my number. I thought it's iskhathi or what? No. It's 3.
It's 3.
Every 3.
Yeah.
Ha ke re ka tshaba ke bona manyama. Yeah. You want to tell me, Eddie, from your experience, change of scenario might have played a part there in terms of the coaching technical group?
Yeah, not by the look of things. I think they were not working hand in hand, the 3 of them. Either the governor was a dictator, he didn't want to listen. We know as a head coach you make decisions and everything, but sometimes you need to take some advices and smaller research other coaches have done, you understand? Okay. But to me, it looked like
Machita changed it, okay.
Yeah, never Spani. But I think now what changed them to win the 2 games, besides being desperate to win the top 8?
Yeah.
Understand? I think the freedom.
Which was joy?
Yeah, the freedom that they got from the 2 coaches, and maybe the smile and the belief that the coaches gave them.
Yeah.
Or, come on, guy, you can do it through all odds.
Wow.
Maybe they were not even getting those words from the other coach. Yeah. Every time they were lambasting them and so forth.
Okay. Yeah. We move from number 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4 positions. Yeah. Just in a nutshell, what might have happened? Let's start with Swallows.
Yeah.
Apparently they played 20 draws.
Yeah, they did.
And they are in the top 8.
They're number 5.
Yeah.
It shows.
Next day, Swallows.
It's like 30 draws and win the league next year. 30 draws, win the league. And coach of the season.
Coach of the season. Is that possible? So what they did 20?
But that's 20.
Yeah.
They played 17 draws. They were still sitting on number 5.
Sure.
For 3 months.
Yeah.
And then they played 20 draws. Now they line 6.
6.
Yeah. And nobody couldn't catch up with Swallows with 20 draws. Kibuakabo, the Chiefs and the likes. Yeah, and the likes. We are on. So,
17.
Yeah, 17 draws, but they couldn't catch up.
But what is it that Brendan did that was so amazing for them to be on top of the log? At some stage, weren't they? They were.
They were doing very well.
They were doing very well.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely they started to drop. But the build-up of the whole thing, in my own capacity, where I'm seated, I think Brendan did very well. Yeah. Being a team that comes from Glad, sustain top 8 position, not fighting to be relegated or to be in the playoffs.
I think
Brandon, unbelievable under those circumstances. And remember, a lot of people, they thought, no, it was just a fluke. And it proved us wrong.
yeah, they did, Doc. And for me, it starts with management. Credit to David Mukasho and his team. Yes. Because number one, you reach the PSL. What you're going to do, some teams, they fire the coach. He's not good enough for the PSL, you know, even though he promoted the team. You know?
Started playing
Exactly. You know, some they even set a trap. So after a couple of games, they're like, but yeah, you know, no, you need to step aside. You know, but they trusted their men. They knew what they were doing. And secondly, they had picked up boys from the Glad Africa Championship that they were playing against throughout the season, that they saw that, no, these guys can actually contribute something to the team. Jabulo Ngobo comes to mind, you know, coming from Tongat and, you know, one of the best defenders of the season. And when you go further, you just have to say, come on, Swallows, you know, these 20 draws, maybe they come from relying on certain individuals. Like once Rosé Kamaldeen was not scoring the goals, now you're not coming to the party, you know. In the end, you end up with 31 goals in 30 games, which equates to like a goal every game, which is just not good enough. Which means if they can fix that, and their goals, like at Sundowns, they have like how many different scorers? 14, 15? Yeah. That's a team. They're playing as a team. So learn something from Sundowns, then maybe you're going to do even better in the next campaign. Because as far as conceding, I think they consider like 23, which is not bad, you know. But goal scoring, 1 goal per game is just not good enough.
What I like about Brandon and Swallows there, he made these young boys to believe in themselves.
Okay.
Or they can bully around Bomatala Stogi, Sibo Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, they're in the top 8 first season. The seasonal ones, they're struggling, Boba Rock and others, they're still lying there.
Hey.
You understand? But what I like mostly, Kiori, they didn't learn the hard way. Because other teams, they come, they go. That's the hard way. At this moment, they've just learned. They did their maths and science very well before even after they got the promotion. So I strongly believe next season, they're going to do well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's shift our goalpost now. Second half, let's go to the bottom half. Now, we're not going to start from 9 going down. Let's start from there and come like that. From 16, come like that. Because there seemed to be something ehambisanayo lapana. Kula ku 16 no 15. Kuna something man Eddie. Nto nikhulumile last week. Konje nithola ama coach benzani? Aman Eddie libuyi now. Akutsebi what did the coach? Utsay ngathi or bayitsa?
No, the work frustration near the coach.
Frustration, but kai.
No, the way about those two.
Yeah.
15, 16.
16, 15. Yeah.
16, 15.
Yeah.
Hey, chop and change. I mean, both teams, I think, in a season, they had about more than 5 coaches.
They change.
Yo.
In problem in that, no?
Yeah, there's a problem because consistency of a guy.
Okay.
Body playing,
the coach.
Yeah, I mean, Leopard, the last coach was sacked last game.
Yo.
And they were left with 1 match, but they still sacked the coach.
Same as 1 match a season, or
yeah,
Bamuvaisa.
But it's got 1 match, and they hire another coach for 1 match. Same as cheaper, they had 2 left, they have fired the coach. They hire somebody for 2 matches.
Sorry, coach.
Yeah, so understand. So, and at the same time, it's like the player. Because now I'm sitting on this methodology.
Yes.
The next thing is gone.
It's gone.
There's a new one. This one comes. Last 2 matches of the season, this one said we are not fit.
Teams and coaches that work 24/7, the results was born grounding. So exactly what you are saying. I'm trying to paint a picture with a coach and the player relation is very important. It's very important. You know, Uguti, when Umtogo Magapetu flew as a coach, I drive and take a cough mixture to show that I'm his father. Because now I've taken off the coach head. So Sengfaga Yobubaba. So Umtogo, if he doesn't do well at school, I'm a friend, I need to what? Engage with him. So how are you going to jungle all that? Because it's all in one pot. You can't separate, it's a chain. You can't separate it.
Yeah.
If a player has no relation with the coach, for the player to perform, it's very minimal.
And that will explain why these teams are there. And I agree with that. Because if you look at the squad itself at Chippa, for example, Chippa United, everyone will tell you they have a decent squad. But having a good squad, but changing coaches all the time is not going to help. And they never seem to learn that, you know. They never seem to learn from that. That's why you keep changing coaches. But maybe at the back of your mind, it's like, but I have a good squad, so I should be winning every game. But you're forgetting that this is a process, you know. Someone else comes in, they have their own way of doing things. You're starting from scratch. Starting from scratch when? Middle of the season.
Yeah.
Then game number 20, you have a new coach starting from scratch. That's why I said, even the last time we were here, that Clinton Lassen, who was once a Chippa, said, at some point, this is going to catch up with the club boss, Uchippa Mpengesi. This thing of firing coaches and hiring coaches and so on and so on. And look where they are now. And the playoffs are never easy. At one point, the battle between the Glad Africa Championship teams and PSL in the playoffs was 75% in favor of the Glad Africa Championship teams. It's not easy there, you know. It's never easy. And once you go down to the Glad Africa Championship, you can ask the big guys that have been there, even Bojo Mosona, they know. It's not easy to come back up. So you have to be very, very careful. So it's a lesson for these guys.
My worry is after coach left, does these boys go for psychological treatment or something, or the social worker or session? I doubt, because for them, for the bosses, like it's normal. I'll just fire and hire. Let alone him going to psychological practitioner. I understand.
Can I draw a comparison? You look at the bottom two teams, the chopping and changing of coaches, and then you look at the top team, Mamelodi Sundowns. Look at the consistency that's been there in terms of the coaching. I mean, Pizzo coached them for 8 years. He leaves. A man who joined him probably, in 2013, Mangoba, came in. So he's worked with Pizzo for those 7 years and understands the philosophy. He takes over. Rulani has been there before. Obviously, he went and came back. But there's an element of continuity.
Of course.
Even when they bring different players from, Sundown signed a whole lot of players last season, but they came in and they fit in nicely. Look at Shalulile. He comes in and he fits in nicely, does extremely well. You look at, Kemit. So you then see the importance of consistency in terms of keeping coaches.
And sorry to interject, Nemto. This is the lesson that Patrice Motsepe had to learn. Because Patrice used to change coaches like that all the time. That's when we saw Bo Engel Kappa, Bo Oscar Fulone, Bo Henry Michel, Bo Histo Stoichkov. He was changing all the time. Yeah, people are wondering, why are they failing when they're spending so much money in the transfer market? And then you're bringing these so-called top coaches, but yet you're failing. When things changed, it's what I'm talking about. When Coach Pizzo came, now there's continuity now. You don't give him 2 years. He's sitting there for what, 7 years, 8 years? And look at the success. And even now, if they continue doing the same thing, Sundowns will continue to dominate.
Another team that I want us to touch on that I thought we wouldn't be doing any justice, TTM.
No, well, they did well. They did well, but again, I think it goes to management as well.
Yeah.
Because before Abraham Silo took over the team, we spoke about it that Masalam Lauzi was there. And the way they were running the team, it was chaotic. You hear about players who are not paid, things like that, all over the place. Now you have a stable club, where someone else comes in and then he tells you that, if there are players who are still owed by the club, we've addressed that. If there are players and this and that, and then we've addressed that. They sorted that one out. Because if you look at them, they have a good team. And I'm not saying it's easy for the coaches and so on, but then it makes their job as the technical team a lot easier. Yeah, but when a coach like Ujwel Masuta was there, I remember he was being criticized, he's not a good coach, and so on and so on. And I said, it's fine for you to criticize. It's fine for you to say Ujwel Masuta is not a good coach. But you're not considering other factors that play a role in the whole thing. You're dealing with players who are saying, we haven't been paid. How do I give my 100% commitment to a team that has not paid me? You expect me to just deliver, You expect me, it can't work like that. Yeah. So they needed a stable management, first of all, to address all those matters. For players, Doc, to mentally, and you mentioned it, to be in top condition. Otherwise, mentally, if they're thinking, oh, I just bought the car 3 months ago, the bank is saying we are going to repossess the car, and I've parked here at training. Imagine if these guys from the bank, they walk in and they repossess your car in front of your teammates. So they're thinking about those things because those guys are not robots. They're human beings, who are living. Yeah. And yet they are affected by so many things. So especially that, the management. Now I hear stories of Abraham Silo still owes Masalam Lauzi 10 million. Oh. If it's true, sort that one out quickly. Make sure that when you go into next season, all those off-the-field issues are sorted out. Otherwise, then you're going to have problems.
But what caught my eye was Maritzburg United. As much as we have mixed feelings about Middendorp, but guys, I strongly believe that he saved the situation at Maritzburg. It's for the second time, if not the third time. But I have to judge what he has delivered. Maritzburg were candidates to be in the playoffs or to be relegated. But where are they today? Let's be honest. Let's not hate the man because of his character when he's delivering. Let's look at him as a coach. And didn't he deliver?
He did.
I think, Doggy, now I'll say big up to him. Yeah. Abele, how situation relegation. Sometimes, and when things are not connecting,
no, you can't smile.
You can't smile. Because you try to connect pieces, you understand? So how can smile? Yeah. So tell us, Panne, it's just Pitambari's back, they don't want to learn, because it's the very same situation year in, year out.
Yes.
Understand? And
so
I don't know why.
Teams, Lebon?
Yeah, I don't know why. Or why they want to learn from the best. Abu Sundowns and other things. Amazulu has just learned.
Yeah.
They come from that chop and change. Now they've learned and now look where they are.
Okay.
Understand? So they must learn. They must learn. Or maybe PSL must come with a certain rule of this is the period of keeping a coach.
Yo.
And what. No, at least 5 months, the least. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it's bad the way coaches are treated. It's bad. Players are treated.
Hey, Ed. I mean, you know what you are saying, eh?
Yeah.
All right. PSL may decide ukuthi coach ihlala period engaka
2 years.
I mean, I've got the best board, PSL, our subscribers, our viewers. I know you're watching. Give us your views or thoughts about that. What do you think? So mtho asivale mfana. Asivale amajita sewakuzwile bathi ivale uyivale awuthiyami uyivale. IPSL iphele kanjani awuthiyami? Ngitshele nje wena mawubhekile 2021 uhappy.
Look, there's a lot to say, but in short, I think it's been a good season.
Yeah.
The surprises, Amazulu obviously finishing second,
Okay.
which is the first time in as many years that a team from KZN finishes in the top 3. Golden Arrows coming in as a surprise. I mean, who gave them a chance at the start of the season? And obviously the surprise, I mean, Chiefs where they were. So it's been quite an interesting season. Hopefully next season.
Hopefully one.
Hopefully at the winker from the tonsils.
From the tonsils. Yeah.
Doc, hopefully
Yeah.
next season someone will challenge Sundowns. Hopefully Pirates will wake up from their slumber.
Yeah.
Hopefully Kaizer Chiefs will wake up from their slumber
Yeah.
and challenge.
Yes.
Hopefully Benny may win the league title next year.
And hopefully the fans will be back at the stadium.
Oh yes.
And journalists.
That's really nice. And journalists.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Journalists,
guys.
everyone. You
Oh
know?
wow.
Yeah.
So we're hoping for a good and a better season next year. So guys,
Limpepho.
uri Eddie.
Funeka umpepho omningi.
Impepho.
Yeah, for amanye ama-team.
Bulayitwa impepho.
Hayi babulela ibhabula. Akusho uyaseshwa lapha.
Kubhabula.
Akubhabula uyaseshwa.
Oh, akusinto abayijwayele. Ukubona people yesethwa wena lo.
Uyaseshwa nje bawuthi bakufaka yini sanitize bakugqokisa ke sanitize.
Nini kunegane la.
Nini igani
Temperature.
bathi hayi wena hamba ekhaya. Nakuta uhambile.
Yini temperature iko right.
Temperature emlimazini. Ayisa.
Hayi. So siyaphazamisa zonke lezi.
Yaziphazamisile. Uright athi ithamba support abuye. Akusho malempepho iphume ema-change room. Bacaba ukuthi ama-support ayabhema intsango. Khathi hayi impepho.
Impepho. Kuna something.
Manje akunamuntu sizobona ukuthi na i-change room yasha busi. Sekubizwa ama-fire what. Bathi yasha.
Yini kanti phakathi?
Change room is on fire kanti impepho. Hayi. Hayi babulele abaningi.
Impepho ijampisile ngale COVID.
Yeah, akisho kule ngale besikhuluma sithi psychological what. Labafana babathatha babafaka impepho bathi yiyo psychology what. Batakwa ile nto bangena i-ground relegation.
Oh, Eddie. Hayi wena, I know Mutumu. I know. Asibonge. Thank you very much for watching Purple Station. We will definitely catch you on the next episode. La sizobheka khona certain things that happened after ukuvalwa kwe-PSL bese bathi awards, just to recognize the contribution of individuals. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. See ya.